Coming up next on Red Apple 21, another edition of Profile, this month taking us to Thoreau Intermediate School, where students and faculty are seeing the school change right before their eyes. Welcome to Profile, Red Apple 21's monthly look at selected schools in Fairfax County. This edition will focus on Thoreau Intermediate School in Vienna, a school that is a mixture of tradition and change. We'll show you how this school is coping with a major renewal project and introduce you to some of the people who have had a hand in the school's past, as well as some who are looking toward its future. Thoreau Intermediate School is located on Cedar Lane in Vienna and serves 7th and 8th grade students from this close-knit community. The hometown atmosphere of Vienna is reflected in the school's traditions and gives students a sense of belonging. Faculty members are also an important part of the school's tradition. The school's first principal held that post for 25 years, and several teachers at Thoreau have been with the school over 20 years. Jim Musgrave, who is now the assistant principal, has spent many years at Thoreau and told us a little about the school's history.
I'm Jim Musgrave, and I'm the assistant principal at Thoreau, and I have worked at Thoreau for about 23 years, some of which has been as a teacher and as a guidance counselor and guidance director and now assistant principal. I came to Thoreau during the 63-64 school year. Thoreau opened in September of 1960 with Dr. Thorpe as the principal, and he remained here for 25 years as the principal. And since he has retired, we have had two other principals. Mr. Vic Lutz was the principal for a year, and now this is Mr. Bosley's first year as principal. This school was, as I said, very stable for 25 years, the same principal, a lot of the same faculty. We still have some of the faculty on board who opened we have one, in fact, who opened this school in 1960. And we have three others, I think, that came here before I did. The school has changed tremendously in those 25 years. The year just prior to the opening of Kilmer Intermediate School, we had a student population of about 1,500. We had, I believe, 13 temporary buildings that year that ran all the way down off the blacktop onto the grass at the back of the building to house those students. Then when Kilmer opened, why, we moved back down to a more manageable population.
This year, Thoreau Intermediate is experiencing a departure from the traditional, as a number of changes are taking place. The most obvious changes are in the building itself. Renovation is taking place all over the school. Another change is taking place in the school's leadership. R.C. Bosley is Thoreau's new principal this year, and he talked with us about his objectives for the school year.
One of the major objectives we've had, of course, has to do with our reading and writing programs in the academic areas. The school has undertaken this year to focus on reading especially. We've instituted a reading program every day of the year, throughout the year, the first thing of the mornings. It's called Great Times. It is a time that all of our students and staff stop whatever they're doing, and we have silent reading for 10 minutes each day. The objective dealing with substance abuse is one that we have tried to focus in on from many different avenues. We have received some support from local Lions clubs to provide some training for staff members. Our own staff has been involved in training for substance abuse, evaluation of, initiation of, what to do, how to work with students to try to eliminate the problem that we have. A major objective for this year, of course, is with our staff, total staff, all supportive people in dealing with the construction, and to make sure that it has as little of an impact on the instructional program as possible. Those tied in with our other objectives, of course, the minority achievement, students who are underachieving, whether they be minority or not, has received a great deal of attention. We have developed a lot of student activities this year, new clubs, trying to get students and parents and teachers all involved together in the total program.
As leaders of the school, Mr. Bosley and Mr. Musgrave provide support and motivation for the staff.
The staff has been very stable over the years. As I mentioned earlier, we have one teacher who opened the school. We have 3 or 4 others who were here since like the second year that the school opened. We have a broad range of personalities, as any place where you have 50, 55 people working. We have Mr. TIMMONS, the science teacher, former science teacher, who is now the foreign language teacher, who is turning 70 this year. We have some teachers here now who graduated from Thoreau. We have a couple on our staff now who were students here when I was a teacher here. We also have some students here who have parents who were students here since I have come to Thoreau. Our faculty is a very dedicated faculty, very jealous of instructional time. They want the kids to get the very best that they can get while they're here. I think Thoreau has, over the years, if anybody were to ask what kind of kids go to Thoreau, well, they'd say the academically inclined, and that has a lot to do with our staff, has a lot to do with the parents. Our parents expect good things from their kids, and as does our staff.
It's not difficult motivating the staff at Thoreau. We have a very professional, very dedicated staff at Thoreau. And my job is to try to provide the resources necessary to make their job as easy as possible and to benefit the excellent program which has already been developed here at Thoreau. We try to provide incentives to attend professional activities, professional conferences, in-services and workshops. We have gained support from the PTA and from some outside communities to support these in-services. And just providing the opportunities and encouraging them to exchange ideas with each other has been a very positive thing for the staff this year. They will come up with ideas if they feel like that you will support them and be able to try to provide the funding for them. It's not been a difficult thing here at Thoreau with the staff that we have.
The teachers at Thoreau work very hard to provide a challenging academic environment for intermediate students. When we visited the school, we met 2 of the teachers who have been part of Thoreau for many years. They are Charles Reynolds and DERWOOD Timmons. Charles Reynolds is an industrial arts teacher at Thoreau, and his class was named the 1986 Virginia Technology Education Program of the Year.
I'm Charlie Reynolds. I'm a technology education teacher here at Thoreau Intermediate. I teach the 8th grade. I've been here for 23 years in the same room. I enjoy teaching here. The staff at this school is a very professional staff, and we like to look at these kids from a very educational standpoint on what they learn daily. This classroom that I'm in won Technology Education Program of the Year in the state of Virginia this year, which I'm proud of. The kids enjoy taking this class. We do this class as a preview situation for high school courses that they can take. This is an overview program of many different areas of industry. In the 8th grade, we look at a lot of the different metal industries. We look at the drafting and the drawing industry. We look at silkscreen printing and the basic electricity industry, and we look at a lot of smaller craft-type industries, such as leatherwork and making little badges and smaller industrial-type situations.
Mr. Reynolds is an avid collector of antiques, trains, and mechanical banks. and with this hobby he brings a unique touch to his industrial arts class. Each day he brings in an item and has the class try to guess what they are or how they were used.
Well, how about this thing? It has a dasher that turns whatever's inside.
Vegetable mixer? Ice cream maker.
You can sort of see that it's been heated. This is a fairly rare item. This is a fairly common item. No. You have to know what it is and what it's made out of. What's this made out of?
Steel.
And?
And aluminum.
Nickel,
silver.
You only get one guess. You got to get it right the first time to be a winner.
Charles Reynolds is part of the tradition at Thoreau Intermediate, and in his years at the school, he has seen it grow and change.
I have stayed here because I like the intermediate age child because they're very impressionable at this age. They tend to be excited about the things that they do. They tend to move along through the subject matter a little better maybe than high school kids do. They become a little less interested as they get older. I have stayed here because you get to touch more kids at this age level.
DERWOOD Timmons is another faculty member who has become a part of the Thoreau tradition. He teaches Spanish, just recently celebrated his 70th birthday, and rides a motorcycle to work most days. His students feel that Mr. Timmons makes learning fun, and this year over 100 8th graders signed up for his classes. We talked with Mr. Timmons about his time at Thoreau.
I'm Mr. Timmons, a Spanish teacher at Thoreau. And the way I became involved in teaching Spanish, it's sort of an interesting story. I majored in science at the university, and when I retired from the Air Force, after 28 years in the Air Force, I was hired at Thoreau Intermediate School to teach science. Dr. Thorpe was our principal then. Well, I had a fun time teaching science for about 5 years to the 8th graders. And at the beginning of my 5th year, on the day that teachers were supposed to report to work, I went into the office to get the key to my old science room, room 122. And what happened? Secretary had a grin on her face, and she handed me the key to room 116, which is the Spanish room. And I was really kind of happy about that because I always liked languages, and it was a change. But by the same token, it was sort of a shock to me to realize that all of a sudden I was going to be called a Spanish teacher. I had all sorts of nice lesson plans worked up for the science courses, and I didn't have any lesson plans at all. Complete surprise to me about teaching Spanish. And that is the way I became involved in teaching Spanish. I had taken Spanish courses while I was on active duty in the Air Force, various universities and colleges around over the country where they were located, where we were stationed. And I had learned about it because I loved the sound of the Spanish language, the musical sound of the vowels. I just sort of fell in love with Spanish, so I'd taken it as a hobby. It was a hobby for me. And then all of a sudden, there I was going to teach Spanish. And that was something that I really looked forward to.
His fascinating background and his love of teaching make DERWOOD Timmons a very special teacher at Thoreau.
I've been here now, this is my 18th year. I started teaching here in 1969. So I've been here 18 years now. And there have been offers. I mean, I'm not bragging or complaining. I've had offers to go to high schools and teach. But I just couldn't think about leaving Thoreau. I just liked Thoreau. Teaching a high school language, intellectually it could be more satisfying. But I was willing to forego that intellectual satisfaction of going to a high school just to stay with Thoreau because we had such good support. And also, I love this age group. They are so fun, this age group. And they are so interesting to me. And it's a challenge Because if you give kids that age about 5 seconds, if you're not in control of what's going on, they are off on their own. And I mean, they are smart enough, and they're so intelligent, they're so adaptive, and they're so creative and innovative. I can't believe the way they perform. And that is another reason that I would not like to leave this age group. I fell in love with teaching this age group.
There are many other fine teachers and programs at Thoreau which contribute to its reputation as a strong academic school. In the science department, for instance, students are taking part in a pilot program based on the PBS series The Voyage of the Mimi. In this program, students learn about topics such as the environment, the ocean, weather, and navigation. Students from Thoreau also took part in a special field trip aboard the sailing ship Alexandria in the fall. The experiments done on board the ship were tied to units of study in the Mimi pilot program and gave these students a first-hand account of life at sea.
On board this ship, we're aboard the Alexandria, as you probably know. But on board this ship, we're doing a lot of activities, like we're testing water samples, and we're learning about plankton, and we're learning about navigation, and how to navigate, and how to work on charts, and stuff like that.
The music program at Thoreau is also growing in popularity. The school has an active band program and has just started a choral program this year.
Thoreau has long been noted for the outstanding band program in the county. I would say it's one of the 3 or 4 outstanding band programs in the Northern Virginia area at the intermediate level. There has been tremendous support from the community and from the parents for this program. That continues. This year we do have a new choral director in our music program, Mrs. Kathy Richardson, who is doing an outstanding job and is providing a lot of new things in the way of musicals and encouraging students to get directly involved. The strings program has continued to be a very successful program. Those 3 people are working very, very well together to support that part of our fine arts program.
As we mentioned earlier in the program, Thoreau Intermediate School is undergoing renewal throughout the building. Principal R.C. Bosley talked to us about the project.
The renewal project involves both a renewal of our old building and addition to the building. All of our classrooms are getting new lighting, new flooring, new ceilings. It really improves the acoustical aspects in the classrooms. The lighting makes a tremendous difference. The library, of course, is the center of our instructional program as the hub, and that really is our pride and joy of what has been completed to date. That has just been completed, and our students and faculty are excited about utilizing that facility. We're getting some new classrooms. Will be a new gymnasium, a new music room, a new small group auditorium or large group instructional area. It will be a mini theater is what we'll call it, where we'll be able to do a lot of multi-group instructional activities. That is all being added and should be completed somewhere in the first part of April. That will give us opportunities for a variety of activities which we're not able to participate in at present time.
Although everyone is looking forward to the new facilities, coping with renewal at this stage takes a lot of patience on the part of the students and the staff.
At the beginning, when they first started coming in, we had already started cleaning some of the stuff. They came in, they started knocking holes. We had to stop, start another place. They came in that place, we had to stop there, go back, start over where they was working at. Redo that, start another place, they came in, we had to start again, go to another place. Really, it wasn't all that hard, it was just going back over doing what we had already done.
Well, I mean, they do their best they put classrooms and trailers and stuff. And I think once it's completed, it's going to be really good.
Some of the renewal has been completed, and students are already enjoying their new surroundings, especially the library.
I'm MARILYN Regalis, Library Media Specialist here at Thoreau Intermediate School. The renovation of the library has been an ongoing project for the past 2 years. 2 years ago, when I first came to Thoreau from Terra Center Elementary School, it was told to me that the school would be renovated. The first part of the renovation project was sitting down and just gathering together ideas of how I would like this library to be changed in a physical way. I sat down and made a list of items as far as arrangement of shelves, additional space, and modifications to existing rooms. In addition to some changes, we also received an addition to the library, and this addition contains 4 rooms: a reference, research, biography room, 2 listening, viewing, independent study rooms, and a professional library, which is also multi-purpose, conference, small group instruction. Modifications to existing rooms included removing shelving and placing a lower shelving to create a very open atmosphere, an airy atmosphere. Also in 2 existing rooms, the audiovisual storage room was changed, providing more shelving and a door to the hallway so that we could move equipment from this room directly to the hallway rather than having to pass through the main area of the library. We added a production room, and in that room we have audiovisual storage, including film strip sets with sound, kits, multimedia kits, and the video cassette library, as well as some production equipment such as duplicating machines, Xerox machines, laminating equipment, dry mount presses, all those items needed for production of audiovisual materials and instructional materials for the students. Within the main room of the library, we had the circulation counter moved so that we could see into the library rather than look out to the hallway as it was originally designed. New furniture has been ordered so that our students will feel very comfortable, and in a new atmosphere they will find it more contemporary. We have new carpeting and, of course, much improved lighting and electrical outlets, which we really needed in this facility to make it a very contemporary atmosphere. But the main intent of the entire project was to create a very open, airy, light, inviting atmosphere for the students here at Thoreau to enjoy their library experiences.
Another result of the renewal project is a computer lab, which is currently in use.
As a part of the renewal, we have had one of our rooms converted to a computer lab, which makes it very nice for the instructional program. That has been used by all of our departments. Specifically, at present time, our math department has always utilized the computers. Right now, the English department and our writing program is making full utilization of it. Our special population programs are in there. The teachers are finding all kinds of activities where now they have the resources that they can try certain things with the computer. So the computer is truly being utilized as a tool. It is used by the total staff, and reading teacher utilizes it, supports the writing program, and it's just something that has caught on with the staff in taken full advantage of the computer as an instructional tool?
Well, each semester we've been bringing the creative writing classes into the computer lab to teach them the use of the word processors. They actually compose stories, poems, short anecdotes at the computer terminals and then print them out. And they revise and they edit right at the machines. It's had a wonderful impact on the writing program. In the first place, it sort of spares the students of the drudgery of having to correct errors on a typewriter or with pen and pencil. And for kids who might have a writing disability, it's almost like magic because it just removes all of the barriers and their creative thoughts can flow right from their fingers into the keyboard and from the keyboard onto the screen and from the screen onto the printer.
We're using the lab for a lot of students who have problems, as Ms. CORYELL said. We have LD students in here, and we have the MMR. We have a large MMR self-contained department, and they've been using it heavily. We also have the lab open, of course, to the math department, and they've been involved with the Project Lit. For my part, I have felt very, very comfortable teaching Atari writer word processing to these students, both in the English classes and in this elective called creative writing. In that way, students from any class, not just the creative writing, can come and use the lab after school. We have it open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday after school. So they can come in and type up whatever they've been working on for their classes. We have quite a few kids sign up for that.
The faculty of Thoreau Intermediate School makes every effort to meet the needs of its students, academically and socially, by encouraging participation in some of the school's student organizations, such as the SCA.
My name is Chad Murray. I'm in 8th grade, and I'm the SCA president, and I'm here to talk about the SCA. The different things we do is we have canned food drives for the people in Washington, and we promote school spirit. We schedule the dances. We try to, for this year, we had a Halloween dance that went pretty well, and we also had a reading in the morning. We just put in a reading time where in 10 minutes in the beginning of the day, you just sit down and read.
Another service organization at Thoreau is the Newcomers Club.
We have quite a bit of turnover in student population, or we used to more than we do now. Vienna and our area, the geographical boundaries for Thoreau have stabilized a lot. The families are staying put. However, as I said, we get some change in our population. We get some new kids in all during the year. As compared to a lot of the schools in the county, I guess we're very, very stable. However, this year we have started a Newcomers Club, which was started by the guidance department. And this club is made up of kids who are new to the school, and of course then they're new to the area, and they do things to try to make them feel more at home and more at ease, as this afternoon there is a party for the Newcomers Club.
This is the first year that we've had the Newcomers Club. We decided to start the Newcomers Club because we were getting so many new students throughout the year, and they really didn't have the opportunity to meet new friends. And so we meet every other month, and in the home ec department we have punch and cookies, and we play games so that they can get to know each other. And by the end of the year, then hopefully everyone will at least know someone. It's very difficult for the students to come into junior high and sit in the big cafeteria and not know anyone. And so one of our goals and objectives this year is so that everyone has the opportunity to know someone to at least sit in the cafeteria with.
Now, what I'm going to do is pass out pieces of a valentine. They're cut in half. And you know, the Newcomers Club means that you make new friends. So you're going to have one half of the valentine. Each piece of the valentine matches with another piece of the valentine. They're cut in two. Okay? So what you're going to have to do is go around and find the piece of the Valentine that matches yours. And when you find that person, then you go and sit down and ask the person 3 things. What their interest is, what their favorite hobby is, the thing they like to do the most after school, and the funniest thing that ever happened to them, and the scariest thing. Can you remember those 3 things? A hobby, funniest, and scariest.
I really like this school because it's got a lot of really nice clubs, and this one is especially nice because you get to meet new people, and if you're real new here, you can meet new friends.
I take part in the newcomer club activities because I am new here, and I'm like the only person from my school that comes to Thoreau. So I get to meet new people and learn things about them.
As you have seen, Thoreau Intermediate is a unique school in Fairfax County that combines tradition with change. The school has provided stability to students and staff while offering them the opportunity to incorporate the latest technology into the educational program. The school spirit is high at Thoreau, and during the taping of this show, we met many people who told us why they think their school is unique.
One of the unique aspects about Thoreau is that it is basically a part of the Vienna community. There are 2 or 3 community situations in Fairfax County, and Vienna is one of them. There's a lot of pride in Vienna activities, the town of Vienna, and a lot of support for what goes on. Thoreau, of course, benefits from that tremendously. It has been a very stable population. It has been a stable staff at the school, and of course with one principal for the first 25 years, a very stable program here at the school. That's probably one of the greatest aspects of its uniqueness.
Well, as I said earlier, I think Thoreau could be a unique school because for the first 25 years of its existence, it had, or we had, the same principal, which is very unusual in Fairfax County because you know, in many instances we are a transient kind of community, and so we had a kind of stability, very stable, that was not true all over the county. The stability thing, and now with the 2 new principals, again, a lot of our staff been here for several years. We go from the one who's been here since 1960, and we have them from all periods in between. And this I think has made Thoreau somewhat unique.
I would think it's the very caring attitude. Being here, this is the beginning of my 3rd year, and I see the staff as a very caring staff. The students are #1 in their minds.
I think the academic atmosphere. I've always enjoyed the academic atmosphere of Thoreau, and kids that go here know the purpose of going here is to learn something, and from the schooling aspect more than just the social or any other aspect. And I think that's important. And they think it's important too, I think. And the ones that come back here think it's important.
Encouragement. Probably because since the 8th graders are going into Madison next year, they're trying to encourage you and make you learn everything that you can to build your confidence up to go into Madison or Oakton or Marshall.
It's an incredibly friendly and open faculty and student body. I have been asked to come into many different kinds of classrooms, and I find that to be unusual. I find that a school that has never had a reading resource teacher to be that open, to be a unique experience and a very rewarding one. So this school is open to new ideas and is very, very caring of its students.
Thoreau Intermediate School in Vienna is truly a mixture of tradition and change. Tradition in the close-knit community atmosphere and the long-time dedication of many staff members. And change in the building renovation, new leadership, and plans for a bright future in this Fairfax County school.